Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. July 20th. Shortcomings removed. But now the words of myself, I am nothing, the Father doeth the works, began to carry bright promise and meaning. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 75. When I put the 7th step into action, I must remember that there are no blanks to fill in. It doesn't say, humbly asked him to fill in the blank, remove our shortcomings. For years, I filled in the imaginary blank with help me, give me the courage to, and give me the strength, etc. The step says simply that God will remove my shortcomings. The only footwork I must do is humbly ask, which for me means asking with the knowledge that of myself I am nothing. The Father within doeth the works. Courage to change one day at a time in Al-Anon, July 20th. In the past, joy was a rare visitor to many of us. Al-Anon recovery often leads us to find it more frequently. But instead of sitting back and enjoying these pleasant moments, we tend to cling desperately to happiness, trying to freeze time and hold change at bay, as if our joy will be snatched away forever the moment our guard is down. We can become too busy avoiding change to enjoy the gifts we fear to lose. By clutching at what we most want to keep, we lose it all the more rapidly. Change is inevitable. We can depend on that. When we become willing to accept change, we make room for a loving God. By letting go of our efforts to influence the future, we become freer to experience the present, to feel all of our feelings while they are happening, and to more fully enjoy those precious moments of joy with which we are blessed. Today's reminder. Today I will try to open myself to receive the abundance God holds out to me by experiencing what is and allowing God to decide what will be. There is a quote from Alan Watts, and it reads, "The harder we try to catch hold of the moment to seize a pleasant sensation, the more elusive it becomes. It is like trying to clutch water in one's hand. The harder one grips, the faster it slips through one's fingers." Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, July 20th. Step 1. We admitted that we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives had become unmanageable. Step 1. The first step begins with we, and there's a reason for that. There is a great strength in making a verbal admission of our powerlessness. And when we go to meetings and make this admission, we gain more than personal strength. We become members, part of a collective, we that allows us together to recover from our addiction. With membership in NA comes a wealth of experience, the experience of other addicts who have found a way to recover from their disease. No longer must we try to solve the puzzle of our addiction on our own. When we honestly admit our powerlessness over our addiction, we can begin the search for a better way to live. We won't be searching alone. We're in good company. Just for today, I will start the day with an admission of my powerlessness over addiction. I will remind myself that the first step starts with we, and know that I never have to be alone with my disease again. Today, Emotions Anonymous, July 20th. Reflection for today. Sometimes I work too hard, get too busy, and run roughshod over problems, my own and maybe others. I often ignore this too busy problem for a while. After all, these many, many things I have to get done are very, very important. But wait a minute. They are not nearly as important as taking care of myself, getting the necessary sleep, eating properly, and taking some time to communicate in a loving way with persons in my family and in my life in general. The tough thing is to make choices, often because I have to choose between several things I want to do or things that other people want me to do. Making choices is not easy. I need to ask myself if what I am busy at is really as important as some of the other things which are calling for some time. Meditation for today. May I slow down at least enough to take a quick inventory now and then. Help me to put myself on the list. Today I will remember to realize the most important thing is to be alive in the world. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families, July 20th. Emotional intoxication. In his Next Frontier article, Bill W. wrote, "If we examine every disturbance we have, great or small, we will find at the root of it some unhealthy dependency and its consequent unhealthy demand." BRB, page 628. Growing up in a dysfunctional home meant that chaos was normal. As a result, we may have become adults who could not feel at ease when things were calm. We may have craved drama and excitement on such a subconscious level that we were drawn to it without realizing the reason why. In recovery, we gain the clarity to see that out of our craving for intensity, we were finding a form of comfort by continually recreating our childhood atmosphere. But even though this chaos felt familiar, recovery teaches us that our vulnerable and wounded child's needs were not being met. By attending meetings and listening to the stories of other adult children, we learn that we are not alone. When we work the program, we cultivate two essential qualities in our lives: courage and self-esteem. Through the 12 steps, we learn to let go and turn our will and our lives over to a higher power of our own understanding. When we do this, we find that gradually the desire for emotional intoxication will leave us. The affirmation reads, "On this day, I free myself from the cycle of emotional intoxication by listening to my higher power's guidance. I deserve balance, which I get by practicing my program in all areas of my life." Please share, like, subscribe, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be. To remember that recovery is possible and that you are not alone, one day at a time.